Hey guys, there's so much talk about the performance of Caleb Williams on Saturday, and you know what? Rightfully so. And man, let's enjoy this. But something else is happening here, and that's on the defense. Yet another rookie draft pick made a strong statement against the Bills, and that's fifth rounder Austin Booker. I mean, you guys probably already know this, but I want to detail it further and show you why it's so important. And you guys have watched Hard Knocks. You guys get it. But Austin Booker just had a coming out party. 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. And we're talking about a high motor here. Just great rushing instincts. It's just, he's so toolsy. He just has a variety of moves. And I think this guy just gets it. This guy just gets after it. So, and this kind of predicates... what does it mean? I think we no longer need a defensive line addition. I don't think we need to add a veteran. I don't think we have to make a move. I think we have exactly what the Chicago Bears need at the right end, and the ripples are going to happen all the way across the line. And he's also teaming up with DeMarcus Walker, and we also have Hardy coming on. So I'm going to go to the story on BleacherNation.com. So we're sitting with the best secondary in the league. I truly believe that. And the only thing missing is the pass rush. If you go by last year, so much clamor about the right side once again, outside of Montez Sweat. And I think we have the answer here. Booker could certainly see significant playing time as a rookie. There's a tandem emerging once again of DeMarcus Walker. Daniel Hardy is emerging. We've even got Jacob Martin that might be recovering from his injury. We've got a lot of choices here. So let's kind of look back. I don't think that this is just the Bills game. Let's look back at the Hall of Fame game. Only 1 tackle for Booker on the stat sheet. Say that 10 times faster, right? On the stat sheet. But Booker, he was consistently disruptive. His most impressive plays, including putting a Texans offensive lineman on the ground twice, collapsing the pocket to help create the sack fumble. And he also showed really good chase down ability. Had a play that he continued to show power along with a nice inside move in a game that there were lots of flashes. And talking about this spin move, if you talk about this inside move, didn't show up on the stat sheet. He didn't get to the quarterback, but you could already see things clicking. And then we move into this Buffalo Bills game, production. Once again, 5 total tackles. 2 of those were for a loss, 2.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits on 32 snaps. He got after them every which way. And here's a little more of a view from PFF to flesh that out a little more. I mean, granted, we know about the 2.5 sacks. We know about the 5 pressures. We're talking about an 18.2% pass rush win rate. That is insane. And a 79.7 overall PFF grade. 4 of these tackles were solo. And I don't know if we realize, granted, this is the preseason, the pass rush win rates. That percentage is always the most important when evaluating a player. In many ways, I think it's more of an evaluative stat than sack numbers. This is discerning if a player can develop into something special. 18.2 is just an off-the-charts number, and he's putting a more complete skill set together so quickly. In one play, he's overwhelming a guard with power. The next, he's using a spin move to continue his pursuit on the next one, and the 2 sacks. These were pursuit sacks, not a stationary target. His motor's just fun to see. He is just hungry. So now we've got Montez on the left, Booker and DeMarcus Walker on the right, Jervon developing in the 3. Billings is the steady present at nose. Once again, this is preseason, but that's 8 sacks, 9 tackles for a loss by the front 7 alone. And this is against a really nice Buffalo team. Take it with a grain of salt, but man, I'll take it. 8 team sacks, 9 tackles for a loss just from the front 7. He might end up being the full-time right tackle on this team. I'm telling you, the static about signing a veteran presence as an end has died down. So why not look to make a move for the offensive line? The defense is set, in my opinion. Why not make a trade? We've got cap space. We've got Khalil Herbert sitting there. You're telling me that we can't package Khalil Herbert with a good draft pick and trade and get an offensive lineman? You really think that's not possible? I think that's a good idea. I think that's a possibility. So on this line, we have just the right blend of veteran talent, upside developing youth, just a nice build done by Poles and company. So now redemption is needed for the other side of the ball to protect Caleb, and I am completely in on that. I do want to acknowledge something, though. This rebuild, it's been rapid, right? So many tools have been added offensively. Really, the only thing left to do is finish off this line. There's still time to shore it up a bit outside of a trade. There's still some free agents available. I'm going to do a show on Nate Davis this week, kind of outlining whether this with him could have been avoided. But this move back into the fifth during the draft with the same Buffalo team, it cost us the upcoming year's fourth, which we did have an extra. Thank you, Carolina. And he might be the steal of this draft if it continues. So let's hear it straight from Booker after the game. It was a great feeling, a rush of energy, and I can't wait to do it again. This is after the game via chicagobears.com. I always want to give credit. I've just got to watch the film to see how I can improve. There's always stuff I could have done better. I probably could have had 2 more sacks. Hungry, humble, smart. Booker has loads of confidence. He's super teachable. He just has a great attitude, and another great pick made by GM Ryan Poles at the draft. Like any other rookie, there's lots of work to be done, right? But the ceiling is sky high, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see him have a significant impact even as a rookie. And moreover, I'm just about ready to ditch searching for help on the open market for edge help, right? Once again, let's put that to rest. Pair Austin Booker, DeMarcus Walker, defensive ends playing opposite Montez Sweat opens up a whole world of responsibility regarding roster construction, defensive lineups, cap deployment. If the rookie's development continues at this pace, then the Bears might be better off using whatever cap space they're going to put on a defensive end, use it to bolster this offensive line. And I can't say it enough times. And I think we can kind of look back during the draft, NFL draft guru Lance Zierlein. He dropped a Max Crosby comp on Booker. That grabbed my attention at the time. And when the Bears swung a surprise trade and drafted the Kansas product in round 5, this is what Zierlein had to say about Booker before the draft. And I was spending a lot of time covering Booker leading up to the draft. I actually called him as the Bears pick. I called a couple picks, not to pat myself on the back, but let's hear what Lance Zierlein had to say here. Booker needs to get bigger and stronger, but that will come. The diversity of his rush approach, it's unheard of for a player with so little playing time. He can stride up and dip at the top of the rush or beat tackles back inside with a Euro step or a spin counter. He can stab and long arm tackles into the pocket or stay separated from them at the point of attack. He chases quarterbacks and running backs with agility and burst, but he can be inconsistent dealing with a downhill running game. And that's kind of a thing with him too, as far as with run support, run protection, whatever you want to call it, being a credible run defensive presence. He has a long, lanky frame. He needs to put on some weight. And I think that's wholly possible even during the season. I think that is wholly an expectation. And I think that really that's the only thing that he's lacking, being a quality run defender. But if we can have Jervon develop as a 3-tech, Billings continue to be the steady presence, our linebackers show up, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. So you guys let me think about Booker. Let me know what you think. I think the sky's the limit with this guy. I could not be more excited, and I would like to see a little more work done on this offensive line. Bear down, my friends, and we will talk soon. See ya.